Hi, and welcome back to Live with Connie. Today my guest star was supposed to be Cindy with Life and You're Entangled, but she's not feeling good today, so she's not going to be able to make it. So it's just going to be me. So anyway, I want to welcome those that are watching on replay. And if you are watching on replay, leave a comment and let me know. Also, feel free to answer any questions that I ask in today's live in the comments too. And let's see, we have Tracy here today. Hi, Tracy. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? So, as y'all can see, I did not lose electricity from the hurricane. And actually, we were very, very fortunate. The storm shifted just enough east where we did not get any bad weather at all from the hurricane. But unfortunately, there are areas in Louisiana that got hit really hard. And in a little while, I'm going to be talking more about the hurricane when some more people show up today. Let's see, we have Spring here. Hi, Spring. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And Tracy says she's doing good, still trudging along on her duster still. I can't wait to see it when you're finished, Tracy. That looks gorgeous. And let's see. Dawn is here. Hi, Dawn. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And Cindy with Life and You're Entangled, she was supposed to be my guest star today, but she's not feeling well, so it's just going to be me. Now, if any content creators would like to come up with me, I'll put the link in the chat for y'all, and y'all are welcome to come up. But yeah, I want to know how everyone's doing today. Hi, Deneen. How are you doing? Yeah, I got your email. I was trying to respond to it before going live, but I didn't have a chance yet. But I will get to it after I finish my live and send you that pattern. And Isla's here. Hi, Isla. How are you today? And what are y'all working on? And Dawn says she's doing well, working on 2 different bag-o-day patterns for the bot-along. And speaking of the bot-along, I finally finished my hooded poncho. And some of y'all may have already seen the pictures of it because I did post it in the Facebook groups that I'm in and on my personal Facebook account. And I also posted the pictures on Instagram too. So, but I will be showing that tomorrow on my Crochet Tuesday video. And I have started working on the crochet version of the alien beanie. So I don't know if I'm going to get it finished today or not. It may not be till next week. And then I'll have to write up the pattern, which I may need some help on this one because this one's more of a graph pattern. So I'm going to need some advice from those that will be testing it. And I also need if anyone is interested in testing the crochet version of my alien beanie, please let me know that. Like I said, it has color work and it will be a graph that you'll be using. But I will be needing testers. And like I said, once I finish writing up the pattern, I'll get it to my testers. And once they finish with it, then I'll release the pattern. So those that don't know how to knit will be able to do the crochet version. Okay, and let's see. Spring says she's knitting a cowl on her hat circular needles of preference, and I need it for making your pattern. Awesome. Yeah, now one thing when it comes to knitting hats with the circular needles, I like the tiny cord. I don't remember how many inches it is, but I think it's actually the size smaller than what they typically recommend for making an adult size hat. But I just find the stitches move smoother for me on the smaller cord. And Melissa's here. Hi, Melissa. How are you doing today? And let me know what you're currently working on. Okay, Spring, you want to be a tester? Okay, let me write you down. Let me write that down before I forget. Yeah, and I will send you an email once I'm ready. Like I said, I don't know exactly how long it'll be yet. And Dawn saying she can't wait for the alien pattern. She's hopes she's able to do it. Not very good at graphs so far. Well, when it comes to graphs, like on mine, it's going to be over 20 stitches, and like you'll basically repeat the graph 3 times around, and it's numbered with rows, and you basically just do one at a time, and you just like once you get to the end of the graph, you start that row over again on the graph until you hit the end of the row or the round. I don't know. I'm probably not explaining it the best right now, but it really isn't hard. And like I said, if you try to do it and you have questions, just ask me and I'll do what I can to help. And there are tutorials out there that also can help too with it. Isla says she's got a few projects going. The one giving her trouble is the knit arm cast cover. Hopefully you get that down though. Melissa's excited about the crochet version. Yeah, the funny thing is, whenever I went to make the hat, I was just like making a fun hat for myself. I never expected so much interest in that hat. But I went ahead and decided to write up the pattern just in case. And and I never expected that I would do a crochet version. But I've heard so many people saying that they love the hat, but they don't know how to knit. So I was like, I have to do a crochet version. I got my Java here. Let's see. Denise says she has 3 craft sales booked, working on smalls right now, working on scrunchies. Oh, nice. And I love scrunchies. For a while there, I was on a kick making knitted scrunchies. I haven't done any crochet ones yet, which eventually I do plan to learn how to do that. But I mean, I don't know, scrunchies are so fun. All the things you can do with them, and for a while there, I'd make one to match a shawl and hat that I would make. Spring likes the smaller circulars for hats. Yeah. I am doing good, Melissa. Which I'm about to tell y'all everything to do with the hurricane once I get caught up in the comments. And also for those that are just coming in, Cindy wasn't able to make it today. She's not feeling well. So it's just me. Okay, let's see. Dawn says, I think you mentioned you can do the alien for 1 repeat if you want. Yeah, you can do that too if you center it in the center of the hat. For a while there, I was thinking about just doing 1, but most people in the feedback I got said they wanted it all the way around. But that is an option that you can do. But you would have to figure out your centering for it. Like I just said, Melissa, Cindy's not going to be here. She's not feeling well. Hi, Julie. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And Melissa says she just made her first ear warmer and matching scrunchie set in white. Ooh, nice. Okay. So anyway, I think some of y'all are curious about what went down with Hurricane Ida. Some of y'all I kept in touch with via Facebook, and I've been posting in my Facebook group too. And I did make that short little video this morning to make sure that everyone knew I was okay. And I did it like that because it was quick to upload instead of getting on and talking and making a longer video. So I just kept it short and simple. And I figured when y'all saw I scheduled a live too, y'all would know everything was probably okay. Well, fortunately for my area, the storm shifted just enough to the east that we did not get any bad weather at all. I mean, like, it kind of rained a little bit, like a couple of times, but the rain didn't maybe 30 minutes and it stopped raining, but it wasn't any heavy rain or nothing. And the wind was about what you would see on a typical kind of windy day. I mean, it wasn't anything unusual for the wind. So, I mean, we were very, very fortunate because at first that storm was supposed to hit us more. And like whenever I got up yesterday and checked on the updates for it, I was so happy to hear that they said that they only expected us to get tropical storm winds and weather, and we didn't even get that. So that I am so grateful for. But unfortunately, areas in Louisiana did get hit really, really hard. And if y'all friends with me on Facebook, I've been posting some of the pictures that I've come across of some of the storm damage, and y'all may have even seen it on the news. Um, Now, I'm initially from Houma, Louisiana, and my hometown got hit hard. And like my sister still lives in Houma, and um, she got damage to her house. Um, I was kind of shocked to hear that she didn't evacuate from the storm. But last I know, everything, they're okay as of last night. I haven't heard from her today, but like the cell towers might be down. And I mean, I know she's out of electricity. I'm not sure she has a generator or not, or has a way to charge her phone. But more than likely, she probably does have a generator. But but she was telling me yesterday that a board for her bay window came loose and it hit the awning outside, and it started like knocking a leg to it loose. And then later on, the awning flew away. Um, I know she said that she lost her chimney. I'm not sure exactly how damaged it is. I don't know exactly what she meant when she said she lost her chimney. And also, like in between like the living room and kitchen, somewhere in their house, they have a water leak. And she thinks it's coming from behind the wall. Um, she said that like whenever it was raining, it was kind of a constant drip, but they hadn't had to dump any of the buckets yet, that they had for the drip. But that's what happened to her. But I mean, it's horrible the damage that storm did and the areas it affected. Some of the levees broke. I know, like in Jean Lafitte, the levees broke there. I know there's been some flooding in New Orleans. Like very South Louisiana, really devastating. Oh, and another thing I didn't mention too that had happened in Homa, and there's a video of this floating around on the internet. A roof came off of a building. I mean, you just see the whole roof coming off, and it goes into a utility post and splits the utility post in half. I mean, so hopefully they get, like, people that need help and get the help they need, and everyone is okay and safe from it. And I also have another friend that lives in Homa that she's worried about her house. She evacuated, and I think they had like some type of video coverage that showed her neighborhood, and it cut off right before her home. But she knows that, like, her neighbor lost their roof, and like her parents, I know, like, their shed blew, fell apart, blew away type thing, and, like, it knocked down the fence, and also like their water pipes burst and stuff. So, like I said, this storm, nothing nice. And let's see. Julie says she's working on the bod shawl. Which one are you doing? Bagaudet has such beautiful shawls. And, like, I really want to do more of her shawls. Well, her shawls in the future. Let's see. Niecy's here. Hi, Niecy. How are you doing today? And let me know what you're currently working on. Oh, thank you. And let's see what else is going on. Christina's here. Hi, Christina. How are you doing today? So you have some Louisiana friends who have suffered some major damage. Yep. What area they live in? But yeah, that storm was devastating. Let's see. Okay, it looks like I'm caught up in the chat. It's kind of like I've gotten so used to going live with someone else. I'm not as used to being by myself anymore. But like I was telling y'all earlier, I finished my poncho. I've started on the crochet version of the alien beanie, which I'm gonna show everything in my Crochet Tuesday video tomorrow. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see. Okay, Christina's saying that was around New Orleans. Yep, New Orleans got hit bad. Niecy says she's working on restoring a doll for her mom and trying to finish up a rag quilt that I'm making for my granddaughter. Ooh, awesome. Okay, so I guess I will ask the first question for today. What is the funniest thing you've done in a store? Where me, sometimes whenever I go to a store, like when they have the music playing in the background, and whenever, like, no one's around, I'll start, like, dancing to the music. And Frank cracks up laughing at me. But every now and then I get busted and someone, like, walks by the aisle and catches me. I think we have Julie here. Hi, Julie.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing good.
You look so lonely up there, so I'll come up here and just, hang out and Oh, what did I do in the store? What was the question?
What is the funniest thing you've ever done in a store?
Oh, gosh. Was I clocked in or was I a customer?
Either one.
Okay. The funniest thing I ever did, there was a family that came in, and they were trying to have a birthday party for their son. Okay. and the venue shut down, just closed their doors, didn't tell anybody, and they had canceled all the delivery people, and the family wasn't told. So they're scrambling for a last minute birthday party. So what I did, I got a hold of management and we decided to help out. And I took a shopping cart and I just went like crazy, grabbing stuff off shelves, putting stuff together, woo woo. And I had funny hats on. And he was telling his parents, "This is the best birthday ever. Do we have to leave the store?" So, oh yeah, I went crazy and I got the crowd in the store to sing them happy birthday. And we loaded up their vehicle. We brought them back in and we had them, we had like a little restaurant part. And the employees came around and we had party hats, singing them happy birthday, and he had the time of his life. It was one of the craziest things I ever did. I was an employee, so I kind of got away with it, but yeah.
I know there was one time me and Frank were sitting in the subway area of Walmart, and like as people would pass by, I'd be like, "Hi, how you been doing?" Like I knew them when I didn't. And it was so funny to see the reactions because, just about everyone played along with it. But you can see, like, as they're walking away, they're like, "Who was that?" Or the look on their face, like, confused. And
Yeah.
then friends like, "What are you going to do if you have somebody that asks you how they know you?" And, like, right after he said that, someone did. They're like, "How do I know you?" And then I'm like, "Oh, I mistook you for someone else."
Oh.
That was bad.
Oh my.
But I mean, it wasn't, it wasn't anything harmful, and it was funny to see people's reactions. Let's see what everyone in the chat is saying. Okay, you were saying that you're working on a crochet reversible super shawl. Ooh,
Yeah.
shawl.
Oh, as a matter of fact, you posted your finished poncho, which is beautiful. But I
Thank you.
sat here laughing and laughing because if you have not seen her poncho, you got to see it. It's beautiful. It's green. Well, guess what I'm working on with the bod shawl? It's green. I'm like, what are the chances of this? So this is the dark green side, and this is the reversible side.
That's
Right.
pretty.
It is very pretty, but just the fact that you use green, I was just laughing at oh my gosh, green. What are the chances we would have green? So I love that poncho though. And
Thank
Biscuit
you.
can really, he can rock that poncho. He is just modeling that. I gave
Yeah,
praise to Biscuit.
I'll be showing it in my Crochet Tuesday video tomorrow. And normally I don't post pictures until after I've uploaded a video showing it. But
Hmm.
with everything going on with the storm, I was like, okay, I'm gonna post it.
Just in case. Oh yeah, good idea.
And then I figured too, like normally like if people saw that I was posting, they knew I was okay.
Yeah. I was worried about you.
Oh, thanks. But like, especially once I heard that they were only expecting us to get tropical storm winds, I knew everything was going to be okay. But like, and it was shocking that we didn't get anything.
Yeah, definitely. I just checked the weather for us up here in Ohio, and we were like more into the cone. Now we're on the outer edge. So, which I'm relieved, but for people south of us, well, nervous for them. But we've had some storms coming through, rain coming through, so things are kind of saturated. My area is going to be okay, but more towards Kentucky, Tennessee, I think they're going to get hammered.
See, one difference too when it comes to hurricanes, like in the South, we're used to the storm, so we have more stuff in place. We have the levees and all, where we don't get affected as bad as like for instance when the storms go up the East Coast and stuff. it's like it's more devastating to them
Yeah.
because they don't have all that in place. We're
Yeah, it
like
is hard.
typically a category one storm doesn't affect us that bad. But certain areas it will. And well, any like the really low lying areas, like along the coast, yeah, that those areas are usually, like Grand Island stuff. A storm hits and it's nothing nice.
Yeah. Hey, son, your workplace has an ice cream truck that just pulled up. Are you going to come home jacked up on a sugar high?
No, they leave at 1, I believe. 1:30. So no.
Well, if you don't want your ice cream, you can bring it home to mom. I'm trying to score some ice cream. He works across the street, and this small school bus pulled up, and it's all decorated with decals and everything. It's actually an ice cream truck, and he's having a party for his employees. I was trying to figure out how to sneak over there.
And like for instance, even like in Homa, where I'm originally from, normally, the storms usually always seem to not be as bad hitting Homa as what they would make it out, on TV, how bad the storms would be.
Yeah.
And I think that's like one reason my sister didn't evacuate.
Mm.
And because I mean, there were a good bit of people in Homa that didn't evacuate, but like I think this was the worst hurricane Homa ever had.
It's starting to sound that way, yeah.
I mean, there may have been like worse ones like way back in the day, but like anything like in my life, like,
yeah,
that I've experienced. But I know like back when Gustav hit, they said that was the worst storm to hit Homa, and it didn't do nowhere near the damage.
wow.
I mean, it was just like a few buildings that got damaged, but
Wow.
this I think most people got roof damage of some sort, and I'm kind of curious once more stuff really comes out about the damage.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few roofs flying off. I'm like, oh my gosh. The one at the hospital, I forgot which, where that was located, is one of those areas that you've been talking about, but the roof came off the hospital. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I think that one was Galliano. But New Orleans had a building collapse. I saw that. And
yeah, it's not good.
No, it's not. Let's see. Christina says, I got on the floor and threw a fit with my daughter to make her stop. That had to be funny. Tracy says dancing.
Yeah, I don't dance in public myself. Nope.
Tracy says her dad used to stop and talk to the mannequins just to embarrass them when they were kids. Oh, Miguel's here. Hi, Miguel. How are you doing? He's headed in the grocery store.
Ah. Hello, Miguel. Hello, Cindy.
Wait, what are you cooking, Miguel? Let's see. Cindy's. Oh, hi, Cindy. How are you doing today? Yeah, I was telling everyone you weren't feeling good, Cindy.
If that's changed and you want to come up, I can't jump because I'm, got my legs are too short, but I'll hobble down.
Let's see. Isola's saying that she put a video on how to make wood crochet hooks ergonomic with clay. Port one, it may not work.
Hey, you don't know till you try, and I respect those that try. I've seen some videos on yarn dyeing, and they wanted to go back and retitle it, The Horrors of the Dye, or, something like a creepy show. I could see where yarn dyeing at home Your first attempts where that would be really hard. I get it now. These other yarn dyers make it look easy, but no.
Yeah, and that is one thing that I would love to try to learn eventually is to do some yarn dyeing,
Yeah, I
get
agree
brave.
there. I would love to dye some yarn. But then I'd be, I couldn't sell it because I'd be my own best customer. How many, raise a hands, how many be their own best customer if they dyed their own yarn? Yep, okay.
Yep, I so would be.
Yep.
And especially like, I mean, some of those color combinations are just so beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
That's what makes us spend money on yarn, those beautiful color combinations.
Yes, I agree.
So let's see. The next question. Let's see. What are your favorite computer games? For me, like I was always into The Sims. I like The Sims, but I haven't played in a long time. I think it was like The Sims 3, the last version that I had any of the games for.
Wow.
But I like that game. And then I tend to like a lot of those like time management games like Diner Dash with Flo. I love that game. Or like those little games that are like that. I don't know. I get addicted to those games, but I usually always solve them. I always get to the end. How about you, Julie?
The only game I really got into was Bejeweled Blitz. It was a Facebook game. I really got into that. It was a stress reliever. And then they changed something so that I can no longer get it on the computer. And I went through withdrawal. But that's really the only video game I actually got into. I never really did the video stuff. As
Like
far as any computer games, I never really got into them.
on my phone, like I tend to play Matchington Mansion, I think it's called, something like that. But that game I get hooked on. Like whenever I want to take a break from crochet or knitting, I'm like, let me play. Or sometimes like at night, whenever I'm laying down, I'll play the game before falling asleep.
Oh, wow. See, I'm really old. And if you wanted to go to sleep, either crochet or read a book. And the bad part about falling asleep while you crochet, I can sleep through thunder, lightning, torrential rain hitting a tin roof. The moment you hear the ping of the hook hitting the floor, I'm up. Boom. What was that? What was that? My hook. Ah. I can sleep through anything else, man. That ping, that's a unique, very special sound. You know something's wrong.
I can sleep forward. Like I remember in high school when Hurricane Andrew hit. I just kept telling myself if I don't fall asleep, I'll be okay. So I fell asleep during the storm, but now I probably couldn't do it.
Mm.
And even Hurricane Katrina,
Wow.
and Hurricane Katrina, I lived in Houma at the time, and initially it was supposed to hit us worse, but it shifted just enough that it wasn't that bad for us.
Wow.
But yep, slept through that storm. To me, that's the best thing. If you can fall asleep during a hurricane, that way it
Yep.
don't scare you. But I know, like last year, one of those storms, a big branch fell, and I don't know if it actually fell on the roof or if it actually hit the garage right by where I was sitting. But I know it hit on the air conditioner. I could distinct that sound.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like sitting right by where it fell. I mean, I just heard this loud thump, thump, and I was like, oh. But like it didn't do any damage.
Mm.
as much noise as it made, it didn't do anything.
Wow.
But that's the main thing that scares me, like with the storms or the big branches falling.
Yeah.
But
The lightning scares me. I grew up on a farm in Wisconsin. I was coming back from the barn. We rushed out, made sure all the livestock. We had some heifers that were out into the pasture, and they were up by the barn. They knew, and so I let them in, and they were small enough. We put them in the calf pen, and I was walking back to the house, and I remember the blinding flash, and then it was like my body was picked up and body slammed into the dirt. I did not get struck by lightning, but lightning had struck close by, and the force of it took me up off my feet. And it was, I really thought I'd broke some ribs when I landed. I was real slow in getting up. My dad ran out. He knew I hadn't been hit by lightning, but it was pretty scary. My back was black and blue. My back of my thighs, my calves are black and blue. I hit that hard. Oh, so lightning has scared me since then.
I remember as a kid, you know how they always say, like, whenever it's rain, you know, it's lightning and stuff, not to, you know, go under a tree.
Yep.
Well, like, there were times that, like, I'd be walking home from one of my friend's house down the street. And, you know, I'd be walking home, and, of course, there's trees overlapping the sidewalk. And it's like, anytime I came to a tree, I'd be, like, running to get across the tree. Or sometimes I would go, like, in the street to try to avoid it. But yeah, I don't like lightning and thunder either. Okay, Cindy says she has to go lay down. I hope you feel better, Cindy.
Yeah, we hope we're feeling better.
And we got Brenda here. Hi, Brenda. How are you today? And she says her favorite is an old one from the early 90s, Commander Keen. I'm not really into games. I would rather knit or crochet and get something out of it in the end. Yeah. Most of my spare time goes to crochet and knitting. Christina says I don't play video or computer games. Tracy says her favorite is Klondike. It's a forming game. I've never heard of that one. Oh, and Chris is here too. Hi, Chris. How are you today? Isla says, yikes, I would be scared too. Oh, yes, this is one thing. If anyone has any finished projects that y'all want me to include in a future video, send me y'all pictures so I can include them. And let's see. Oh, and another thing too, any content creators watching today that haven't gone live with me yet, I still need to fill, I think, Wednesday's live. I don't have anyone scheduled yet. So if y'all want to come live with me, let me know. I'm going to have to send some emails out.
Interesting.
Like right now, I'm trying to get different content creators that haven't been on with me before.
Brenda, aren't you a content creator?
Yeah. If you want to come live, let me know. But,
Red Rover, send Brenda on over. I would love to see her on a live.
And like, especially for new channels, this is a good way to get yourself out there more, where more people get familiar with you.
Yeah, I was a shy little wallflower hiding in a corner, and then I got on one of Connie's live, and look at me now.
But yeah, the only thing is when you go live, you have to set up a StreamYard account. But it's not hard. It's basically like setting an email account up. And then all that happens is I send you a link, and you click on that, and you do have to enter the studio. You'll see that come up whenever you do everything. And then I do the rest. So It's really not hard to do.
Hey, I think you got Wednesday's guest.
Message me, Brenda, if you want to come live with me. You can either email me or send me a message on Facebook. Oh, Julie's here. Hi, Julie. How are you today? Another Julie in the house.
Yeah.
Okay, Nisi says, I'm not a new channel, but I'm willing to come on a future live. It would have to be after September 7th because I'm out of state until then. Okay, send
Well,
me,
that'd be great.
send me an email, Nisi. My email's just another stitch 2020@gmail.com. And it's in the description box of all my videos. And yeah, send me an email and we'll get something worked out for you coming live.
I'm excited.
And Brenda says, didn't know about the StreamYard thing, but think she could handle figuring it out. I'll message you after the live. Okay, awesome.
I actually set up my StreamYard account by myself, and I have to have my son handhold me through most everything. So,
like yeah. I said, I think it's actually easier than setting up an email account. I think there's less steps involved.
Yeah.
But it's not anything difficult. Let's see, Mel's here. Hi, Mel. How are you doing today? Okay. Nisi says she'll send me an email. Okay, awesome.
And then Julie with Junebug, yeah, she might be a potential candidate there. That'd be a fun live to be a part of.
Yeah. Like I say, any content creator, y'all want to come live with me? Let me know. And like I said, right now I'm trying to get people that haven't been live with me. And then eventually I'll rotate back and have people on again. Okay.
I'm just her personal bad penny. I just keep showing up.
Yeah, Julie tends to pop on whenever I don't have anyone live with me.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too. If anyone else wants to pop up right now, y'all can join us. I'll put the link in again. Let me put the link in the chat again. But yeah, because sometimes something happens where my guest star can't always make it, and then sometimes I boo boo and don't schedule anybody. That happens every now and then. And okay. Christina wants to know what my live schedule it is. Oh, I'm getting tongue tied. What my live schedule is. I go live Mondays at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And Saturdays at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. But there are times that I have thought about changing like the time on my Saturdays live. Because I think I kind of I tend to be live at the same time as like Granny D, Kim, and I think there's someone else that tends to go live at that time. I can't think of who it is.
Well, D comes on at 3. There is someone before her, but I can't remember who it is. Is it Kim?
Yeah, I think Kim goes live about the same time.
Because they do a raid to Granny D, so.
Because I have thought about either trying to make it earlier or later on Saturday. But
by Saturday night, it's hard. It's hard to schedule a live. Because quite a few people. There's quite a few after Saturday night. Left is right with Sandy, am I thinking? I should write this down rather than try to trust my own brain to remember stuff. But I think I would go a little bit earlier on Saturday morning, a little bit earlier.
And whenever I picked my live times, I was trying to find times that didn't interfere with like other content creators that I tend to watch that go live. But I mean, it's hard. But Saturday, I think at the time there wasn't anyone else really live at that time that at least I didn't notice it.
Yeah.
And then it's like now it seems like more people are live at that time. So it's kind of like I don't know. But like some
So, what?
but like some Saturdays I have a
Why?
good turnout and then others, there's just a few people that show up. It just depends.
I gotta go. I got a situation outside.
Okay.
Hey, Julie from J Bug, can you come on up and help out Connie?
All right. I hope everything's okay.
I don't know. I'll be back.
Okay. All right. So I'm by myself again. Let's see. Okay, you're gonna check your schedule. Okay. Yeah. Send me an email, those of y'all that are interested in coming live with me. Okay, Isla said, okay, had to leave my husband alone. He was talking. Couldn't hear y'all, okay? Okay. Now we got Grandma J-Bug. Hi, Julie. Couldn't hear y'all, okay? How are you doing today? Now we got Grandma J-Bug.
There we go. Had to close out my YouTube tab.
So how are you doing today, Julie?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good,
How
good,
are you?
good. I'm doing good. So you want to tell everybody about yourself and your channel?
Oh, wow. Well, I'm Julie, of course, and I have 2 grandsons and 2 sons. What else should I say? I love crocheting, and I'm making myself a blanket because I gave the one I had away. I am learning how to knit.
Awesome.
And I already know how to loom knit. And I love doing that. I love yarn. And I like doing all kinds of other crafts. And you'll probably see just about all the things I like doing on my shows. I've tried different types of stuff, and it's mostly my shows that I do with my friend Shirley that people like the most. I'm over at her apartment and we do the show together. Yeah. I think this is a good way to get people to come up with you.
Usually, if I'm by myself, I'll send an open invitation.
Yeah.
I'll put the link in the chat. I try to schedule someone to come live with me whenever I go live. But like with today's live, I didn't even know if I'd be going live today with the hurricane.
Oh.
And then Cindy told me yesterday she wasn't feeling good and she didn't know if she'd be up to coming live. And then she told me right before that she wasn't going to be able to. And she did say, you might want to find someone else in case. But I was like, well, I'm going to hold off on doing that because just, I didn't know if we were going to get any bad weather like during the night where we could have lost electricity. So I was like, if you can't make it, I'll just come up by myself, and I'll probably do, invite people to come up in the chat if they want to.
Right.
And I was like, I knew I had a good amount to tell everyone about the storm, and so that's where I didn't pick a backup for today.
Yeah.
But thankfully, we didn't get any bad weather.
Well, that's good.
But of course, there's areas that, total devastation.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
Where is it you live in?
In Eunice, which is northwest of Lafayette, Louisiana.
Okay, I thought it was Louisiana, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Boy, Louisiana just gets hit, doesn't
We
it?
do. We do. I think the only state that gets it worse than us is Florida.
Yeah.
Now don't get me wrong, like Mississippi, Alabama, Texas, they do get hit a good bit too. But I think it gravitates towards us more. At least it feels like that way.
For some reason.
And then I used to live in South Louisiana.
Oh.
And like one of the areas that had a lot of damage is where I'm from, and it's just like, and like my sister's house got damaged.
Wow.
And
wow.
Hopefully there's no more storms this year.
Yes, we can pray for that.
But like Florida usually gets hit though, because they hang, like when that storm comes across, they hang low, and it's like it usually clips through Florida.
Yeah, that's true.
But
yeah, we have a nephew that lives in Florida.
But yeah, it's like hurricane season. We always dread it.
Yeah. I don't know, that weather stuff. It's kind of like when we get a windstorm here. When we get a windstorm, we always lose electricity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's ever been a time when we haven't.
But like everywhere has their different, some areas it's hurricanes, some areas it's tornadoes, some areas it's snowstorms, some areas it's fires.
Yeah.
Earthquakes is,
Yep. Eastern Washington gets fires. Western Washington gets clouds and rain and windstorms.
And like the fires, it's like, I can't even imagine that. Like, because some of my Yorny friends will tell me, how like it's always so smoky, and I'm just like, I can't imagine that, because that don't happen where I live.
Oh. Yeah, even the fires from Oregon and Canada and Eastern Washington brought smoke over to Western Washington, and we were smelling it here, even though we didn't have any fires. Yeah. Right. And that's like,
Christina saying, yeah, Affordable Geeky, yes, she goes live at the same time as me on Saturdays. But I think there was someone else that I saw too, other than that. And Melanie with Hook to the Left is right before me. She usually ends she usually ends about an hour, 30 minutes before I go live.
Right. I went live for a while, maybe 2 or 3 times on a Saturday, and then it was like, Saturday's not a good day. So I took it as Saturday is my Sabbath, my day of rest.
See, Sunday's usually my day of rest.
Yeah.
Now sometimes I will work on like tutorials on a Sunday, which
Uh-huh.
I still need to get around to doing the tutorial I want to do on cables for knitting. I've been saying that for too long.
Uh-huh. Well, I never rest from doing what I love doing, but I do take a rest from being online. So, but Sundays at 1 o'clock, I go live with my friend Shirley. Because that's when we can.
And the funny thing is, really, Saturday I thought would have been the busiest day for people to show up on a live,
Uh-huh.
and it's typically my slowest day. But
Right.
but then there's some Saturdays that there is a big a lot of people show up.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. It just depends. Sometimes I get a lot of people, and sometimes 3 or 4.
You never know.
It's hard to, and it's different every
hmm
time.
But a lot of people do watch the replay, so
Yes, I noticed that. Oh my goodness.
let's see. Brenda's saying I need to get around to making another video too. I got a couple of new things to show now that the fire drama of last week has settled down. We are also right between the Dixie and Calder fires. Yeah, Brenda's always telling me about the fires.
Oh
And
wow.
she showed me pictures of leaves that she finds in her home, like in her yard or type thing. I mean, solid black.
Whoa. That's not good.
I hope you feel better, Tracy.
I'll let you take
Yeah,
a
Tracy hasn't been feeling too good either lately.
Oh, okay. Well, that's too bad.
Okay, Isla is asking, do you loom knit with the round loom manually, or do you have one of those Addy machines?
I don't have a machine. I can't afford it. But I do the manual. Yes.
Yeah, whenever I loom knit, I did the manual too.
Yeah. And there's the long looms too, not just the round ones.
hmm
So I use just about all kinds. And I've got a sock loom. So,
Because I started with loom knitting, then then when I learned how to knit, I think I touched my looms once since I started knitting,
ah.
and then I learned crochet after.
Well, my first was crochet. I learned it a long time ago. And then recently, wait a minute. Before recently, I, I'm getting backwards. I learned the loom knitting stuff, and I like so much how it looks And so I kept doing it. And then I decided, my grandma knew how to knit and she knew how to crochet. So I wanted to learn how to knit with the needles. So I started doing that. I'm still a noob, but I have made a few things. A few things. Then I saw Tunisian crochet.
I want to learn that.
And I was like, oh, you know what? I have one of those long hooks that my grandma had when she was alive that she gave me. And I'm like, I never knew what it was for or why it was so long. Now I do.
Yeah, I want to learn Tunisian crochet.
It's a lot of fun. Definitely.
But like, see, with loom knitting, I started off making beanies. Then I started doing a lot of shawls. But
Yeah.
the thing that I found with loom knitting, it's kind of restricting the size that you can make things.
Oh.
Where you tend to, you'll have to start sewing panels together. And
Yeah.
I really don't care to sew panels together if I don't have to. So it's like once I learned how to knit, it's like you have free control
Over how wide you make it or how long.
and there's more
Yeah.
patterns available. So that's where I basically got away from loom knitting.
Yeah, if you get a loom, an Afghan loom, that makes it easier so you don't have to, sew them together. And with the longest loom that I have, I think it's about this long, I made a blanket, but I sewed 3 panels together. So yeah.
See, like I was wanting to get the big Afghan loom,
Uh-huh.
but then I started knitting and all, and it's like now I don't find the need to have it.
Right.
But yeah, the Afghan loom is the best one to avoid having to sew. But I know, like I did a couple of they were like it was really a shawl, but the size that they are, they're kind of like a blanket. Because they were like, I did them. They were really big, where they almost cover you like a blanket would.
Well, that's nice. I want to make or actually design a pocket shawl.
Ooh, I love pocket shawl.
Yeah, I've dabbled a little bit in writing patterns. I've got 3 that are up on my Ravelry, and I have a couple I need to write. But yeah, if I had written every pattern that I designed, I'd probably have a lot more. Because, I pick up the hook and the yarn and I just start crocheting. I don't always use a pattern because I like to do my own thing.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's like, I've recently started getting into writing my own patterns.
Uh-huh.
Where I have 4 so far, fixing to be a 5th, and then I'll have a 6th one in the works, but that one will take quite a while.
Yeah.
It's going to be for a blanket. So while I'm
Right.
working on that, if I design any patterns, it would probably be knitted patterns
Yeah.
because, like I said, that pattern is going to take, the crochet blanket, that's going to take me months.
Yeah. I want to get to the point with knitting that I can write a pattern. I'm pretty sure I can write a loom knit pattern, and I probably should.
Yeah, there's not many loom knitting patterns out there.
Yeah, I have found some though,
Mm,
which is kind of nice.
I think it was
And
Deborah Shaw, that I liked following whenever I was loom knitting.
ah,
I liked a lot of the stitches she did for making shawls.
uh-huh.
I think that's her name. I think.
It's gnarly with all the smoke here in Northern California. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I feel for you with all the smoke. And look, we have Granny D here. Hi, Granny D. How are you
Hello,
doing
Grant.
today?
Yeah, if I lived in the area where all the fires were, I wouldn't be able to go outside because I have asthma.
Ooh,
Yeah.
but yeah, but I noticed, like, with the storm, I was coughing more. Probably triggered allergies more, and
Uh-huh.
like I could kind of feel like a slight headache. I think from
Yeah.
the pressure of the storm.
Yeah.
Mel, Mel, if you want to come live with me, send me an email at justanotherstitch2020 at gmail.com, and we can schedule a day for you to come live with me. And my email's in all my videos description box. Let's see. Granny D is saying I was getting around 80 in live chat, but it's really going down lately. I've never had that many.
That's a lot. I don't
I
even
think
get a third of that.
I think
Or
I've gotten a little over 30 before.
I've maybe gotten up to 15.
But I think the times that I've gotten 30 is whenever I've done games, like when I did my bingo,
Oh, yeah.
and which I do want to do start doing once a month, where I do like a
Yeah.
day of games on Saturday, like one Saturday during the month.
Yeah.
Which most of the time I'll probably just offer my patterns, unless there would be those out there that would want to donate to prizes for it. But overall, it'll be my patterns that I would offer for prizes. Maybe every now and then I might do stitch markers. Just depends.
Yeah, I've made a few. I need to make some more of those. I went and bought a bunch of stuff to be able to do it, and I haven't done it recently.
And Brenda says, yeah, that burnt leaf landed on our front porch from a smaller 59-acre fire about 4 miles away. That one is now 100% contained. Like I said, I mean, I just can't imagine that. I can't.
Shoot. Wow, I can't either.
And Issa wants to know, Julie, do you add heels on the sock loom? On the sock loom?
Do I do what?
Add heels on the sock loom.
Yes.
Yeah, I never did socks on the loom, so I don't know. I'm not familiar with that.
I was going to pull it out, but it's under a bunch of stuff over here.
Yeah, so far I've knitted one pair of socks.
Now, see, I want to be able to do that.
And I do want to do more socks. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Uh-huh.
I'm on a shawl kick right now
I'm
with
on
my
a
knitted
blanket
projects. Chris, I
I
tend to be
love
on shawl kicks. I love shawls.
Yeah,
Chris,
Tunisian is a lot of fun.
mm-hmm. I really want to learn Tunisian crochet. Oh, Sandrine's here. Hey, Sandrine.
Ah,
How,
hello, Sandrine.
how are you today? Issa wants to know, does anyone remember the poncho coats from the 70s? She loved hers.
Poncho
Um,
coats.
I would have to see exactly what you're referring to, but I think that's kind of a little before my time. But I may have seen them though.
Huh.
Brenda says, I wish I had kept better notes on all the things I made up or altered along the way.
Oh, yeah. I wish I would keep better notes, but I don't.
You know, one thing I am thinking about doing, like at the start of like the end of the year, like the start of the year, doing a video, kind of like a year review of all the projects I made this year.
Oh, yeah.
Where I have pictures of everything. I've thought about doing that, and I probably will.
That would be cool.
A,
I never thought about doing that.
a year in review of just another stitch.
Like, the end of December, beginning of January somewhere. Yeah, that would be cool.
And another thing too, like I've said too, at the end of the year, I do plan to do a video on temperature blankets, explaining
Oh,
what they are and my plans for next year's blanket. And I want to do a challenge for trying to encourage my yarny friends to do a temperature blanket next year.
yeah.
And I want to do a giveaway for those that complete one for 2022. Yeah,
I
I'm trying to make sure I have the right year.
thought I've thought of making one. It would be 365 rows. One row for each day, right?
Yeah, and some people do 2 rows, but I don't know. I think 2 rows might get too big.
Yeah, that would be too long.
But yeah, it's like whenever I first heard about temperature blankets, I was all like, "Oh, I want to make one." So it was like I made my first one last year, and it's like now it's like I plan to do one every year. I'm hooked.
That would be fun.
Oh, thank you, Granny D. She says she adores my alien beanie, and I am working on a crochet version. I
I'm going to
started
turn the light
crocheting
on.
it. I started crocheting on it last night, so that will be coming.
It's better.
I figure probably hopefully in about a month, I'll have the pattern uploaded because, like I said, after I crochet it up, I have to write the pattern and then have people test it. So, and then make edits based on what they tell me.
There.
But yeah. And then after that, I want to design a beautiful blanket pattern, which I'm excited about. But that one will take me quite a while. Yeah. Mel, the crochet version, it's coming. It's coming. That's my coffee pot in the background.
Ah. I was going to ask what that was.
It tends to, especially when I'm live, you tend to hear it go off.
Yeah,
I think after 2 hours, it beeps and turns itself off.
I see how that works. Oh,
Granny D says, I can knit, but as I mentioned earlier, I haven't done color work before. Oh, I love color work, Granny D. Uh, It's like once you learn color work, oh, all the stuff you can make. And that's one thing about me. Like if I see something I like, I'm determined to figure out how to make it.
uh-huh.
And it's like color work is one thing I love, especially with knitting.
Yeah. I remember there was this cowl that it went, down over the shoulders like this too. And I was like, well, I'm still a noob at knitting, so I can't knit it. But let's see if I can crochet something similar. And I did.
See, I remember last year I got on a kick with knitting, making holiday beanies,
Ah,
which especially come Halloween, I have a bunch of holiday, Halloween beanies I made, and I plan to like wear one in a video each day. Oh, we got the biscuit. Hello, everyone. He says hello. Okay, but I forgot what I was saying now. He lost my train of thought. I don't. I'm trying to remember what I was
now
saying.
what is entailed in color work?
Really, it's really basically like regular knitting. If you know your stitches, you can it's not that much different. You just the hardest thing is carrying your yarn.
Okay, so like making a picture on
Hmm.
something you're knitting.
Hmm.
Okay.
And it's like and it's not hard to learn how to carry your yarn. There's different techniques on how to do it, but other than that, it's the same thing, knits and pearls.
Ah,
And that's why I always say a lot of times you think things are difficult, and they really are not as difficult as they look. But yeah, that, and you do have to knit looser when you do color
oh,
work, because you don't get too tight,
right.
and you also got more yarn underneath.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you're carrying it.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I love 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 color work. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never done it before, but one day I might try it.
Let's see. Jeannie's here. Hi, Jeannie. How are you doing today? And she's glad to see our beautiful faces and to know that I'm safe. Yeah, we were very fortunate with that storm. Because if it was more to the west, we would have gotten some bad weather.
Yeah. I was like going, oh, she's on. That must mean she's okay.
And I programmed the live this morning on StreamYard, and I was kind of hoping that like when people saw that pop up, that they would know. And then I started thinking, I'm like, I better do a little video. So I basically put some text on the screen, trying to
Mm-hmm.
let people know that I was okay. But yeah, because I thought we would have lost power. I was expecting it, and I mean, I'm like really shocked that we didn't get any weather.
Wow.
I mean, we got a little slight rain, like, a couple of times for maybe 30 minutes at a time, but
Uh-huh.
it could have been so much worse.
It could have been God's answer to prayer.
But unfortunately, others, it didn't go so well for them.
That's true. And we need to pray for them.
hmm And Christina says she's doing a giveaway for every 100 subs. Awesome. And let's see. Oh, Susan's here. Hi, Susan. How are you doing today? And Sandrine says she's doing a little diamond painting.
Oh, that's another fun thing to do.
It is. If y'all haven't tried diamond painting, it's fun and it's not hard to learn.
I've got a bunch of them sitting here that I've finished. Don't know what I'm going to do with them all.
Susan saying she tries to take pictures on every item she makes now once it's finished. Awesome. Yeah, and like I said, y'all got finished projects, take a picture and send them my way, and I'll put them in my videos.
Oh.
Oh, bye, Isla. Hope you have a good day. Oh, and Julie's back. Yay.
Yay. Welcome back.
She says everything's okay now. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear. Yep, you missed the biscuit, Julie. He was just on for a second.
He said hi to everybody and then left.
And Amanda's here. Hi, Amanda. How are you doing? Are you feeling any better, Amanda? Okay. So I'm caught up in the chat. And let's see. Let's ask another question. We probably have time for definitely one more question, maybe two. Just depends. What is your favorite type of tea? Now, I prefer hot tea over sweet tea, and I like the flavored teas like peach, mango, or peach mango. I also love the chai teas, and the chai teas are good. Like, what I tend to do, I'll use almond milk, but you can use, milk. It doesn't have to be almond. And I heat it up and put a little stevia in it and put my tea bag in, and that's good. Like caramel tea, I like that. And how about you, Julie?
My favorite tea is, what's the name of that? Earl Grey. Straight, with nothing in it. Just plain Earl Grey.
I love the flavors.
Yeah, I like English breakfast too. What they consider the black teas. That's pretty much what I like, and I like them hot.
Oh, one I forgot was mint tea. I love mint tea.
Oh.
And that's good too with milk.
Mm-hmm. I like taking some peppermint essential oil and putting it in some water and then heating it up. Or even orange.
Yeah, I love essential oils. Let's see. Amanda says she's feeling a bit better. Well, I hope you get back to 100% soon. Julie said that she missed Frank.
Go
back and watch the replay.
Yeah.
Do I have anything to be jealous of, Julie? You seem quite fond of. Are you crushing on my husband? I'm clouding y'all. Okay, Christina says hot black tea with sugar and milk.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Julie's saying you mispronounced coffee, which at first I was like, "What do you mean?" I wasn't talking said anything about coffee, but I guess you're saying it because I said tea instead of coffee.
oh. I'm
That's
like,
my guess,
huh?
at least. But
No,
I
I
have
can't.
asked. I have asked about coffee in other lives, though.
I am not a coffee person. I've
I,
tried it many different times, many different ways, and it just is too bitter for me.
I prefer coffee over tea. My favorite is Starbucks. I love me some Starbucks ground coffee and the
Uh,
flavored coffees. And Brenda's saying my favorite is just regular black tea that is not sweet. My next favorite is licorice root tea.
ooh, I never tried that.
And Julie's saying I like Folgers and Death Wish coffee. Julie says she'll be skimming the replay looking for my biscuit. Oh, and now she's claiming him. Uh-oh. And Julie says I'd be crushing something terrible. But like with Frank, like way before I even started my channel, like I don't know, one day we were clowning around and he modeled, I think, one of my hats that I made. And I posted it in like the Facebook knitting groups and
Uh-huh.
stuff. And like people just fell in love with him. And it's like if I post pictures of something I make and he's not modeling it, everyone's asking where he's at.
Oh, he's supposed to be modeling all your hats, right?
So it's like, so that's where it's like he models most of my makes. Amanda says, my youngest son said he felt a little bad for the biscuit since all I ever asked JJ to model his hats. Yeah, but the funny thing is, there's a lot of times he's like, "You ready for me to model?" So
Oh,
he doesn't have a problem modeling for me.
yeah.
And Julie saying a forbidden biscuit is the best kind to fangirl, laughing out loud. And Julie says, you are correct about the mispronounced being a sarcasm, laughing out loud. Amanda said he's my channel's mascot. And actually, one day I want to do one of those amigurumi aliens and make that my channel mascot. And like once I get like monetized and stuff, I want to like how like the super chats, how people do different things. Like Granny D calls her people her squirrels, and like Froggy's the frog. I want aliens. Y'all can be my aliens.
I'm not sure what I'd do.
But I need to learn how to do that fancy stuff that like some of them do. Like like when Froggy gets a super chat, she has a
Uh-huh.
little frog thing. Froggy got a super chat. I think that's so
Yeah,
precious.
I
Amanda said
know.
he's a good husband. Yeah.
I'll call everybody my J-bugs.
Granny D says, I love my hot fruity teas with almond teas ordered on Amazon, black teas with fruity flavors. I add a raspberry lemonade powdered packet and honey. So yummy. Oh, I never thought about that, Granny D.
Ah,
Yeah, I tend to prefer the flavored teas. I mean, the fruity flavored teas. Oh, Ursula's here. Hi,
oh,
Ursula. How are you doing today? Christina says Coco created it for her with Froggy's voice. Same for Carrie.
ah.
Awesome. Yeah, I wondered how they did that.
I'm gonna have to, when I get monetized, do something like that.
I know, like, at first I thought I would probably get monetized by the end of the year, but now I'm having doubts
Oh,
because I don't know if I'm going to hit 1,000 subscribers because it's like lately it just seems like it's been, it's been slow.
oh. Yeah, you're right. It has been. Either that or YouTube is taking them away as fast as they're coming in.
And they have been taking a lot away because like they took a lot away from Christmas in July. I think they took like all of them pretty much away.
Oh, man.
And then it seemed like after that I would gain one or two, and then it seemed like it got taken away.
Right.
And now since I released my alien beanie pattern, I've gotten I'm trying to think. I think about 30, a little over 30 new subscribers.
Uh-huh.
But like yesterday I was at 749 and now I'm back down to 747.
Oh. Yeah,
So
they're taking people away.
Which I think most of the time it's usually like if someone subscribes and they don't like interact, like they didn't like watch a video or comment. I'm not really sure how, but that's where I'm like I don't know. But at first I thought like I probably would, but
Uh-huh.
lately it's been slow. Like I should have the watch hours, but I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I'm working real hard on the watch hours. I mean, I took an old channel that I had from like years and years ago, like 12 years ago, that had been monetized before, but unmonetized or demonetized or whatever they do. And I decided, well, I'm going to do this one and work up my watch hours. And they started out going up pretty fast, but then it's like pulling a tooth that's not ready to come out.
Mhm.
It's like, yeah, it's
And one
hard.
thing I always think is funny. It's like we all want to get monetized, but then even once you get monetized, it takes quite a while before you're really making much of anything on your channel.
Right.
And I know like Ella with No Catchy Name, she said it took her 6 months after getting monetized to draw her first check.
Oh,
Which
wow.
it's basically $100 because you can't draw your first check until you reach 100.
Yeah.
So it's like, so it's not like you start making money once you get monetized.
Oh, wow. It takes a while, huh?
But it's still one of those things. It's like, it would be nice to get monetized. And I'm like, I want my community tab. I do that. It's like because that way you can post like announcements and stuff and
Right.
share things. So it's like I really want that tab. And that's why I usually tell people it's like, you know, subscribe to my Facebook group because that's where I post announcements. Like if I can't post a video or something one
Uh-huh.
day or I can't go live, I tend to post it in there.
Right.
Yeah, I want a community tab. And I wish they would give that to us automatically. Okay, Ursula says she's drinking hot robust tea. Ooh. Amanda's not much of a tea person or a coffee person.
Uh,
Ursula's knitting and it feels so weird testing a pattern, so used to crochet, and it is so much faster. Yeah, I love my knitting.
yeah.
And
I'm
Gina's here. Hi, Gina. How are you doing today? Yeah, we should be wrapping up pretty soon. Probably in the next 10, maybe 15 minutes.
uh-huh.
And Amanda says, "Oh, and I did post 2 new videos last night, and I have 2 more coming." Ooh, awesome. Ursula says that told me that I'll get to 1K, no doubt. It will take as long as it will take. Just keep on going. Do not be discouraged. Oh, thanks.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I mean, for the most part, it's like really, it's like when I do my videos and all, I do it for my viewers, my Yorny friends.
Right.
You know, it's like I have fun interacting with everybody, talking to everyone, and hopefully
Mm-hmm.
hopefully teaching people things and encouraging people.
Yeah.
And and Julie says that I'll get there. But yeah, it just it just takes a while sometimes.
Yeah.
And Ursula says, you just do what you can, keep up a schedule that suits you and keep it fun and enjoyable so you don't burn out.
Right.
Yeah. I usually do three lives a week. My crochet Tuesday video, my knitting Friday, and I do my shout out video.
Yeah.
And speaking of my shout out video, like if y'all come across like new channels, please bring that to my attention so I can put them down on my list of shout outs.
Okay.
It's like I like to I tend to focus more on like the really new channels. I mean, I will shout whoever wants a shout out, but normally whenever I go searching for channels, I tend to look for brand new ones.
Right.
Or when those that don't have as many subscribers.
Yeah.
Let's see. Brenda says, I have had slow growth and lost several in the last month, but I was so happy to get a couple more the other day. Thanks to me mentioning her a while back. Oh, and I hope my shout outs are helping y'all. Those that I've shouted out. I hope y'all get a good amount of subscribers. But yeah, it seems like the last few months it's been slow. And I've talked to other content creators, and they
Uh-huh.
basically say it's like they feel like they're basically standing still.
Yeah. That's what I feel like I'm doing. Although I did go up in watch hours after this weekend. Well, after Tuesday.
And then like one thing I think's funny, like with Christmas in July, they
Uh-huh.
took like pretty much everyone away from us. And I know quite a few people, you know, that watch my videos that found me through Christmas in July. Because like whenever I ask, I usually ask how you found out about my channel, and they tell me that. So it's like it's not like they just subscribed for Christmas in July and you never heard from them again. There's
Right.
quite a few that are active on my channel, and it's just like before I understood, YouTube considered them spammers.
Really?
Because I know what one content creator contacted YouTube wanting to know why they were being taken away, and that was their remark, that their reply, that they were spammers.
Really? Oh
And
my
she even was
goodness.
like, "No, they're not." But I don't think she ever heard anything else.
Oh.
And that's the thing. Like somehow some people get fall in that category with YouTube. I don't know why.
Yeah, really. That's not. I wish they had like uh something we could push, or an icon that could say not a spammer.
I don't know. And that's like even with comments and stuff. It's like YouTube does some crazy things. Because I know
Yeah.
sometimes you'll get a notification and you click on it and it don't take you to the comment. You go to the video, the comment's not there.
Uh-huh.
Or and like you don't even always get notifications of your comments.
That's true.
And like usually it's like you got to go to YouTube Studio to find all your
Hmm.
comments. And even still, there's sometimes your comments not there. And and it's weird because every now and then, all of a sudden, old comments show up,
Right.
and it's just like, where have you been? So that was where, like, if you comment on one of my videos and like, I don't reply. Now, some comments I may just leave a heart, but most of the time I do reply, and
Uh-huh.
that's because of YouTube. So if you have
Yeah.
something important that you tell me and I don't respond, then send me an email, because
Yeah.
like I'm not ignoring you.
Right.
And then sometimes like I've seen where you respond to a comment, it disappears,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just, I wish their comment system was better.
Yeah, it's not as good as it used to be, even. I don't know what they changed about it, but it's not up to par.
Let's see. Kayleen is here and Cindy. Hi, how are y'all doing
Hello.
today? Yeah, yeah, we're getting close to wrapping up, which I keep saying and I keep talking more and more. But I'm trying to read all the comments before wrapping up. So let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Where was I? Oh, congratulations, Julie. Julie just hit 300 subscribers.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Way to go.
And Ursula says just keep doing your live streams because it adds to your hours and people come across your live stream. Yeah, and actually, like once I started going live, I noticed a big difference in my watch
Mm-hmm.
hours.
I do one every day but Saturday,
I do 3 times a week.
unless I'm not feeling good.
Let's see. Christina says, I scheduled a new one this morning and have the next two was scheduled out. Yeah, I still need to schedule my other two lives for this week. I just did today's. But like I said, I think Wednesday I need somebody to go live with me still. I think I have someone for Saturday. I don't know. I have to look at my schedule to make sure. Oh, thank you, Amanda. Amanda thinks I do very well with my videos. I try to make things fun and positive, and like I said, hopefully I teach y'all things and encourage y'all to learn new things. Amanda says she hasn't figured out how to do a cute little intro yet.
Oh.
I use an editing software. Shortcut is what I use, and it's free.
And I
But
use. Go ahead.
But I use Shortcut, and I had gotten my little like intro thing, like my little just another stitch graphic. I ordered that off of Etsy, and then I usually put pictures of me and Frank afterwards. And I found the music from YouTube Music Library. So I was looking for like Cajun or Zydeco music. I did a search for that. That's how I found it. When I heard the song, I was like, yes, that's the song I want. Oh, Cindy saying everything I do helps. Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
Uh-huh.
And Christina says, I do a small business support video every month with short videos put together of any small business that I have been able to support. Yeah. And it's really awesome whenever others show their support to like other businesses, other channels. And Ursula says, some months it feels like my hours are going backwards instead of forwards. I really don't get it. And I've heard people say that they've noticed losing hours, watch hours, but I've never noticed losing any.
I actually did lose watch hours. I've gained most of them back, but yeah.
Now I know my friend Barbara with Crochet Therapy, I think she had taken a little while off of her channel. I don't know exactly how long. And when she came back, like all her videos and all were gone.
Really?
She basically had to start all over.
Oh, man.
So, Amanda says, I can't afford to pay anyone for something like that, though. They're not too expensive. I mean, like you may be able to play around with graphics and set something up that you can do on your own, because there are, like websites and programs that you might be able to. But I do find like the little logo I have for just another stitch. But I do find like the really pretty ones you typically have to pay for.
I made my own logo, but I went through an online place called Place It, where you can make your own logos and intros and outros and any kind of video you want.
And Christina says, I use OpenShot and Canva. I use Canva too. I usually make my thumbnails in Canva. And then like whenever I do pictures, how I usually put them on a background using Canva, and then I'll put like the text on it too.
Mm.
Yeah, and those are both free. Okay, Amanda wants me to put the name of the software in the chat. She didn't understand what I said. It's called Shortcut. I just put it. Miguel says it's hot here. Oh,
Shot.
yeah, Texas is hot.
Shortcut.
Yeah, Miguel says he loses subscribers during the night for some reason. Yeah, that tends to be when you lose them, and that's where typically I think it's usually YouTube taking them away.
Add a page.
And Brenda says my daughter drew my little bear. Okay, so I am caught up now. So now we will really wrap things up. I've been saying it for about the last 30 minutes. So Julie, you have anything you'd like to say before we say our goodbyes?
Just God bless you all and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day.
And I want to thank you for coming up here with me, and also the other Julie too. I had two Julies up here today. Oh, you're out of power, Miguel? Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Or at least was out of power. But yeah, so tomorrow's my Crochet Tuesday video. So that will be coming. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's still time if y'all haven't entered my giveaway for my alien beanie. There's still time. I think it ends September 3rd. Give or take a day or two. But yeah, I'll be picking the winners when it finishes. So if y'all haven't enter that giveaway. And also I'm offering all 4 of my patterns in my Ravelry store to at least 3 content creators, which is another part of that giveaway. And all y'all have to do is make a video mentioning my pattern and that I have a giveaway going on. And like I said, if y'all can make a video, I really appreciate it. And even if you're not interested in, winning the patterns, I still love it if you could make a video. But and also I'm losing my train of thought too much today. But I do still have my 700 subscriber giveaway going on, which ends. I think that one ends around September 5th. I did it for a month, but like I said, there's still some more time to enter that one. So if you haven't entered that giveaway, make sure to enter it. I'm offering a $20 gift card. And I think that's all I have for y'all. I'm sure I'll think of something after I get off of here. I'm like, I should have mentioned this. Oh, I do want to tell y'all one thing that I just thought of, which I need to mention this in my video tomorrow too. I will be going live over on Tracy's channel, Tracy Nicole Fiber Arts, on Thursday. And let me see what time it's at. It's at 12:30 Central Standard Time. So make sure you go check me out over there on Thursday. But anyway, I hope everyone has a fabulous Yorny day. Be the light, and bye.
Bye.